Hello and welcome back to another episode of ASG-Craft. Welcome back to the world, to my home, to the places that we love. It's been a minute since our last episode, and I've been hard at work recently, taking some time off of the Minecraft server just to kind of get my head straight, but we're back now and hopefully going to be back a lot more often. So when last time we were here, we were talking about my storage system and my sorter, and here it is. Here's the whole thing, the entire sorter. This is it. This is all there is. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. No, I'm just kidding. So this is, in fact, my sorting system. It's small and it's compact, but I think you'll find it has a little bit deeper pockets than it lets on. So let's head downstairs. I know last time we talked about this, we showed you all this. We, third person, yeah, I don't know. We got a little mess still from cleaning up, but I did go through and I finally did label all of these sorters. Okay, that's enough out of you. Sir, you are interrupting my video. Just get out of my life. Get out of my life and give me your balls. Give me your slime balls. Yes, that's what I said the first time. I didn't say anything else. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't. Anyway, so I labeled all these sorters, and oh my god, wait, you know what? Hostile mobs, where are you? There. Are they? They're considered friendly? All right then. Well, learned something new today. Anyway, now that we're in some peace and quiet. So I've installed some sorters here. I've decided what they are. We've got, dirt, grass, granite, diorite, andesite, a lot of redstone stuff over here. We've got slime balls, honey, rails, obsidian, chests. We've got quartz, lapis, basalt, ice, golden carrots, my food source. My rockets, where I use to fly. We got sticks, kelp, magma. Got some copper over here. I wasn't really sure about this one. And we have all the wood types. Oak, dark oak. We've got spruce, birch, jungle, acacia, mangrove, the crimson and warped fungus stems. And then we've got these two open slots. We'll get to those in a bit. And then we've got this area that doesn't have any sorter whatsoever. So this is just going to be the bulk overflow that everything that's not sorted is going to come to. And I do plan on doing some manual sorting here. I think maybe if this is armor. I could do potions here, but I'll label those as I make individual manual sorting. But that way, all my manual sorting is in this area. I don't have to run around and grab a bunch of stuff. And then I know we talked about in the last episode. We also talked about these silos, these storage silos. So they are currently displaying how much is in them, and I have moved some stuff in, as you guys can see from the lights. So we got cobble, regular stone. We have blackstone and polished blackstone. I figured I'd give them a silo since I'll probably have a lot given the, the vibes of the base. I figure I'll be using those a lot. Losing those a lot. Words are hard. We've got deep slate because I know I have an excess of that, and I will probably do a lot of ripping out of low-level things when I'm doing random farms. So I figure I might have a lot of that. Gravel, sand, glass, potatoes, and carrots, because I'm going to be bringing the villagers from my villager trader into this place at some point. So I figure I might as well have the, storage of what I'm trading with them here. Bamboo, because that's going to be important here shortly. I'll get to that later too. Iron ingots, because I have an iron farm, which I'm going to be expanding. So I'm going to have iron out the wazoo. Emeralds, because of course trading, and shulker shells because of our awesome shulker farm in the end. So that's all the silos. But I think last time we talked, none of this was really hooked up. It was, but it wasn't. We had the main bus line of hoppers that run all the way around this area, but they weren't hooked up to anything. And now that is very much changed. So if we head upstairs, in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to show you guys the mechanism. I will show that is an entrance up to where all the magic happens on both pillars here on the back. But I feel like I should just show you in a different way. So the nice thing about this sorting system that I have here is So the whole thing is, I want it to pull out any items that go into the silos first, and then it can go into the main bus line. Because I obviously don't want anything that's part of the silos to go to the main bus line, because then it'll end up in the overflow chests, and it's just a whole thing. So what you can do is I've got two input methods. I have a chest, which I can pretty much throw anything in. I'll just pop a bunch of this stuff in. This is all random stuff that I don't really need in my inventory. It's just been in my inventory because I was running around killing stuff and all that. And then I've got this back here where you can pop down any shulker boxes, not shells, shulker boxes. So these boxes can really have anything in them, and this can have anything in this. And I have it all locked up with these levers at the moment. Levers, if you're being fancy. And once everything's in, I can just flip some of these switches. And that unlocks all that. And as you can hear, it's hard at work. So let's go ahead and go into free cam. I have a free cam with a mod that I'm using. Let's head down and see the magic happening, shall we? So the sword, it comes down through this pillar and enters into this area here, which is a bunch of droppers that are just trucking along. Now that they've got items in them, they are just going crazy. And as you can see, here's all the items that are in the system. And they come along here, and this is where the magic happens. So this is the main ice line. The main ice line runs over sorters for each of the silos. And as you can see, like here, we have Unit 2 is active, which Unit 2 is regular stone. So I have 3 sorters for each of the silos. They each are pulling in items as quickly as they can. Those items are coming down into droppers down here, which are then spitting the items into a water stream. And as you can see, all of the stone is coming through and ending up over here into the stone storage silo right here. Here it is, and it's coming in. So the lights are all on because it's registering items in. Once all the items are in, it'll register, it won't have all the lights on. It'll show you actually how much there is. So the line comes across the first 7 units of the silos. Then it crosses over and then goes across the other 7 units of the silos. So all 14 units of silos. Then it comes over here and then drops into this line here, which then comes down here. Oop, I'm a little low. Which this is now the main bus line. So every item that makes it past all of the silos makes it to the main bus line, and then the main bus line runs along the top of all these sorters and then ends here in the overflow. And that is all automatic, and I can just load up this chest up here. And as you can hear, the chest is done, so I can lock that back up. I put locks on it, so just in case, I accidentally put my sword in there, I can get it back out without having to, wait for it to go through the entire system and go pick it up down in the overflow section. But this box is still going. We got granite. I think it just pulled out some andesite. It already got through all the stone that was up in here. And yeah, all this stuff will just make its way into the sorting system. And I can help it along a little bit. I can pull out some stuff. I can toss it into this chest right here and just unlock. We can go ahead and throw my golden carrots in there too. I'll throw those in and I'll get those later. So that's my food. So yeah, this just all goes. I love watching this part of it here because this is just so fast. And just, it's so satisfying to watch and just hear all the items splash. And there's the golden carrots. We just saw those. And anything that doesn't get sorted out just ends up in the overflow chest, which I do assume the overflow chest will get kind of overfull at some point. The overflow section will probably get kind of excessively full. But I think that's okay. We're going to go ahead and do that. And then boop. And I can also change this at any time I want. So if there's ever a point where I feel like, if I feel like I'm not storing that many of something. All right, so these are all done. If I feel like I'm not storing enough of something, like, if I'm coming through here and I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't really store that much basalt. And I'm getting a lot of, I don't know, a specific type of stair block in the overflow. I could be like, oh, let me just swap out the basalt and the stairs. And then this, I can just come back here and pop up on these steps, and I can swap out these sorters to whatever I want them to be. So these are very interchangeable. This is just a baseline starting point. So not necessarily set in stone forever, but you know, here we are. So yeah, so that is the sorting system. So I know there was some granite in there, which we've got the granite now in this section. The diorite is coming in right now through the main bus line. We had some andesite. What else was there? I know there was some, was there chests? There wasn't chests. I put those in there already. But my carrots, there they are. There's my carrots right there. I may be missing a few. There might be some that come through a little bit later down the road. But yeah, and then we go over to the overflow, and here's the overflow. Why is there sand? Why is there... Oh, you know, I think that sand is actually from a test that I did of the sand silo. I tried to overflow the system, and I guess it worked. So that was... That's supposed to be here. So anyway... Anyway, I'm sure the overflow will fill up later. Anyway, so yeah, that is the sorting system. Now for these two blank places here, along with the bamboo, and why I think I'm going to need bamboo. So, these are in the wood section. Well, what wood could this be? Well, in 1.20, there is cherry blossom wood and now bamboo wood. And I wanted to make sure I had slots for those to be sorted, because those are going to be good to have for decoration, but also bamboo and bamboo wood are about to be overpowered because bamboo grows like crazy and is really easy to farm in bulk without having to do anything. You just set up the farm and it goes. Yeah, so that means that all my chests that I need to... I just destroyed my carpet. Any chests I need to make, bamboo wood. Any sticks I need to make, bamboo wood. And that'll all just be nice and quick because it grows on its own. I can set it up to automatically farm, and bamboo farms are already super overpowered. So I wanted to make sure I sorted them. That means that today, yes, today, we are going to be bringing the server to 1.20. That's right. It'll be a thing. So strap yourselves in and get ready, because when we come back, we are going to be in 1.20. Still 1.19. About to be changed. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Boop. And by the magic of editing, here we are in 1.20. We are now part of the future. 1.19 is a thing of the past. So now we have a goal of experiencing some of the new things for 1.20. So we're going to get the bamboo wood and the cherry blossom wood. And we're going to try and find some trail ruins and dust up some suspicious sand and suspicious gravel to try and get some pottery sherds and also maybe a sniffer egg. So we're going to head off on that adventure here shortly. But I want to update you guys on some stuff that's been going on. So I kind of am spacing out what I want to do with the villagers in my little trading hall. They are going to live here eventually, so I was just counting and spacing with sand. Ignore the floating ones. They're just on top of carpet. So I did that, and then I also finished this section of the sorting system. This is going to be the manual section. It's not too hard to deal with when, you know, it's all right here. So these two columns are going to be just the, you know, overflow of the main sorter that everything's just going to end up in. And I'm going to just kind of randomly manually sort these myself and just kind of keep them together, you know, do what makes sense. You know, we got stairs, we got slabs, we got skulk, you know, black stone, amethyst. So just kind of manually sorting this kind of stuff here. And then over here, we actually did designate some specifics. So these two chests here are going to be for empty shulkers. And I don't know if you saw, the sorter I have out here for shulker shells is full. So I plan on having a lot of empty shulkers laying around ready to be used. So we did 2 chests for that. We've got this chest here. I've got this set at an angle on purpose because these are partial shulkers. So these have items in them not quite full and not enough of them that they need their own sorting system. So then I got some glowstone marking lighting stuff for decorations. I've got a potions one, which is just potion ingredients and stuff. One for my totems of undying, one for my mob drops. And I also have these in the mob farm, but this is for anything that ends up here. Cause you know, if I'm just like killing stuff around the base. I'm going to have stuff in my inventory. I want to have a place to put it. So mob drops. We've got the mob heads. Oops, I'll spin the cow. So mob heads. We've got armor. Any food items that I end up having in the base, even though my main food is going to be the carrots, which they have their own little section in the sorter right there. Utilities. So anything I think I could consider a utility, I will put in here. And then any sort of other valuables that I don't keep in my valuables shulker in my ender chest. So that's what I've ended up sorting everything into. It's been working pretty well so far. I was able to clear out... I'm in the mechanism. What a flight. But I was able to clear out a lot of the shulkers that I had laying around. Something in my throat. So all the shulkers we had out here for when we converted the entire thing to Blackstone, those are all gone. Everything from those has been put into the sorting system and is good to go. So yeah. So anyway, the goal right now is we're going to go off on an adventure with our trusty brush, and we are going to try and come back with some pottery sherds, a sniffer egg hopefully, and then hopefully the new cherry blossom wood type to add to the sorter. So I have a plan. We're going to head off to the north. There should be some areas far to the north that have not been explored when the server was on 1.19, which means that anything we find in that area should be 1.20, which will give us the chance to find what we're looking for. So I will see you guys over there once we get there. Whee! Hi, Narrator Shucks here. I just wanted to give you a rundown of what you're looking at as we go exploring together. As you just saw, we got the Respecting the Remnants advancement, which is for obtaining a pottery sherd from a block of suspicious sand or gravel, and right after we got the Smells Interesting advancement for finding a sniffer egg. We got pretty lucky and found 2 back-to-back, so now we can breed them together. Both advancements happened pretty quick, so north was definitely the right direction to go. Lots of oceans and lakes that are much further north than anyone's base on the server, so I figured there was a pretty good chance to find plenty of unloaded chunks there. As you can see from the lovely borders the blocks have, I have a resource pack I downloaded from Vanilla Tweaks that outlines suspicious sand and gravel, making them easier to see. Vanilla Tweaks is a great website, by the way, and if you haven't used it in the past, I highly recommend checking it out. Great for simple changes to your world to make the game much more enjoyable. Not sponsored, by the way. This adventure ended up being a pretty long one. Altogether, I looted a few dozen ocean ruins, 4 or 5 ruined portals, about a dozen shipwrecks, 6 or 7 buried treasures, I excavated 2 trail ruins, and I snuck through 2 ancient cities. Also, I found a grove of cherry blossom trees and made sure to get plenty of saplings, so unlimited supply of cherry wood officially unlocked. Altogether, took about 5 hours just for a less than 2-minute montage. Oh, the things I do for a little time-lapse or montage. I'm a sucker. I'll definitely be heading back north at some point, hoping to find some new desert villages in search of a camel, though. But that's one serious ride home, so definitely for another time. Anyway, enough out of me. Go ahead and enjoy the soothing motions of my trusty brushy brush, and I'll see you back home. And just like that, we're back home with all of our lovely, lovely spoils from our fun excursion out into the world. Now, I did make a little bit of an oopsie. I went and I explored a couple of ancient cities and a couple more ocean ruins, but I forgot to hit record. So I did get some extra stuff, but I wasn't recording. So let me just show you what all I got. So after that big long travel session, we ended up getting the Tide armor trim from an ocean monument. We got the Host, Shaper, Razor, and Wayfinder armor trims, all from the 2 trail ruins that we found and fully excavated. And then we ended up finding the Coast armor trim, which also comes from an ocean monument, those little ruins, the ocean ruins. And then we found the Silence and the Ward armor trims in the ancient cities that we ended up exploring. We also found this this music disc while we were excavating there in the trail ruins, so that was fun. And then pottery shards, we found the Snort, Angler, Heart, Howl, Burn, Danger, Sheaf, Heartbreak, Friend, and Mourner pottery shards. So we got plenty of those. I'm not exactly sure on how many of those there are to find. I haven't looked at the wiki for pottery shards yet, but you know, here we go. Yeah, here we are. That is the main stuff we got, is all these armor trims, which we can actually copy. So the fact that we don't have enough for every piece of armor on some of these is not a big deal. We can copy them, and we'll do words hard. We'll be doing armor trim in the next episode. So we also got just a bunch of junk here and all this. Some enchanted golden apples from those ancient cities. Some golden apples. We did get the sniffer eggs, which is something we did want when we left. And then, of course, we got the cherry wood, which we will pop into our sorter just like that. We'll go ahead and use the command here that we love and know. Trigger IF for item frame invisible. Hey, look, there it is. Pop that. There we go. There's the cherry blossom wood. And let me go ahead and throw this cherry blossom wood up into the sorter so that we are ready to sort cherry blossom wood when we get more. So that's fantastic. Fantastic. I also end up getting some pink petals and cherry saplings to get more of that wood, so we'll be farming up some of that in the meantime to fill the storage. And I just need the bamboo wood to fill in that slot. I have bamboo over at my my tree farm. I just haven't made any to fill up the sorter yet. So yeah, so that is all the spoils we got from this long excursion out into the wilds of 1.20. So thank you guys so much for coming along with me. That was fun. It took a long time though. Each of those trail ruins took about 45 minutes each to excavate. Went through a couple of diamond shovels. Had to make a couple more. And then the ancient cities took a couple hours, of course, to find and then fully excavate without, you know, absolutely dying. But, of course, I didn't hit record on those. Love that for me. But anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's first episode in 1.20. Thanks for sticking around. As always, I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe. As usual, it really helps me out. Let's add to the party that is the ASG Army. Haha, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Cheesy jokes are the best. Anyway, thank you all again so much for watching. As always, it has been a good one, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.